Hey, this is Rick Casells from exercisesforinjuries.com. I got another question from an Exercises for Injuries reader, and what it was what to do if you have elbow pain when you back squat. Now, when it comes to the elbow tends to be at mercy to the shoulder, very much like the knee to the hip. So a lot of times, hip issues will end up leading to knee pain, and same thing in the elbow. A lot of times it's a shoulder issue that ends up leading to elbow pain. Now I wanted to go through 4 things that you can do to kind of tweak that back squat in order to decrease the stress on the elbow joint and decrease and eliminate your elbow pain. So the first one would end up being looking at improving your shoulder mobility. So look at loosening up your shoulders. This can be done with a warm-up, or it can end up being done by like one of my shoulder primer workouts, or look at the video where I end up talking about the vertical hanging exercise. That ends up being an excellent exercise to kind of loosen up the shoulders and improve the mobility. So the second thing ends up being take a step back and make sure you end up having perfect technique and perfect posture when it comes to your back squat. So those 2 tips of looking at shoulder mobility and perfect technique and posture will end up doing a lot of good for your elbows. But 2 other things that you can end up doing that are specifically technique oriented in the back squat, I'll get Orsi to demonstrate. So a lot of times where that bar is, or where your arms are, where you grip the bar, will end up affecting your elbows. So the narrower you grip that bar, it ends up putting more and more stress on that elbow joint. If I want to decrease that stress on the elbow joint, I would move my grip further out. So it end up having a wider grip, and that'll end up decreasing the stress on the elbow joint. Now the 4th thing I can do ends up involving the mid-back. So I'll get Orsi to rotate around and not knock me out. Okay, so the 4th thing is, it ends up being tightening up that mid-back. So as Orsi kind of mentioned before we started filming this, is a lot of people will just squeeze their shoulder blades together, and that's not what we're looking at. We're looking at tightening up through that whole mid-back area. And tightening up that whole mid-back area will shift the load from the elbows and shift it over to that mid-back area, which ends up being a lot more stronger than that elbow joint. Awesome, perfect, thank you, Orsi. So there you go. If you end up getting elbow pain with the back squat, give those 4 things a go, and it'll end up decreasing the stress on your elbow joint and decreasing your elbow pain. So this is Rick Casells from exercisesforinjuries.com. Make sure to swing by exercisesforinjuries.com. There's a good chance that I have a video, article, or interview for you. Just enter in your injury or pain in the search box on the website. Secondly, if you're watching this on YouTube, head up above, hit subscribe. What that'll do is every couple days, you'll end up getting a video like this where I talk about injury or pain. Thirdly, head down below, hit like, and leave me a comment or question. So this is Rick Casells from exercisesforinjuries.com saying take care and bye-bye.